All right, mighty ones, ready for Spider-Man 94 issue 3? Because here we go. So this issue is filled with a lot of dialogue. Not gonna lie, not a whole lot of actions like in the first two issues, but you can tell they're setting up something big. There's this really good part toward the end of the issue, right? And I mean, it's the build up, you know. You just the way they just block it out was just frame by frame perfect, you know. I mean, even you're sitting there in your chair reading this, and it's a comic book, and you're reading it in your head, and you're just going, yeah, bam, yeah. I mean, it's just amazing how they write this. Again, a lot of dialogue in issue 3, Spider-Man 94, but worth it. So here's what happens: as you come into the story, Merlin's up under this dialogue, and he's just kicking it out to Spider-Man, and you find out really his background and everything like that. And he's, you know, he's millennia old, right? He's been here from the time before humans, all this stuff, and the kingdom that has came and fell, and, you know, and who he is and all that stuff, and how he's, you know, used all these totems to stay alive. And it's just amazing, right? Of how he's just taken all these different identities and all these people that he's became until, 200, 300 years ago when he becomes Sims, right? And he starts the Sims Foundation. And so, you know, he goes into that big story. At the end of it, right? I mean, you know, Mary Jane gets a surprise. The son of Merlin, or the reincarnation, or the clone, however you want to classify him, goes and attacks Mary Jane. But unfortunately, Spider-Man, he is locked up somewhere up under the Sims Foundation building probably, and he gets attacked. So he finally breaks free, right? And he gets attacked by this big monster. But as you had voted for down in the post when I said who is more of an animal, and guess what? It come out like 66 votes, I think, that are out there. And yes, you guessed it right. I would say as well that Kraven the Hunter is more the animal. And it's important that it came out that way because it wouldn't have worked this well anyway. But Kraven the Hunter is the guy that shows up in this issue, and he shows up at the right time. He saves Spider-Man. We don't know what's going to happen because, of course, it cuts out right then. We're going to see what happens in issue 4. So stick around. Check out next week when I drop another video on issue 4. And if you like this episode, let me know. Peace.